Subsequently, during the mid-18th century, the British constructed ports within Cherokee territory as part of a broader defensive strategy against the French during the 7 Years' War, which, in North America, was known as the French and Indian War. This global conflict, which lasted from 1756 to 1763, involved various parties, including European powers and Native American tribes, who aligned themselves with either the British or the French in an effort to protect their lands and interests. The British relied on alliances with Native American tribes, like the Cherokee, to counter French expansion in the region. In 1756, the Cherokee initially sided with the British, seeing the alliance as mutually beneficial. However, the relationship between the two parties became increasingly strained due to cultural misunderstandings, broken promises, and disputes over the use of land and resources. These tensions escalated into the Anglo-Cherokee War in 1760, a conflict that unfolded during the broader French and Indian War. The Cherokee, frustrated by British colonial encroachment on their lands and the mistreatment of their warriors, launched attacks on British settlements in retaliation, leading to a brutal and bitter war that lasted until 1761. Despite the eventual cessation of hostilities, bitterness lingered between the Cherokee and the British. The peace settlement that followed the war did little to resolve the underlying grievances, and relations remained tense. In an effort to repair the damaged relationship, in 1765, Colonial officer Henry Timberlake undertook a diplomatic mission to London, bringing former Cherokee foes to meet with British leaders and solidify a new friendship. Timberlake's mission aimed to showcase the Cherokee as British allies, to promote peaceful relations, and to impress upon the British government the importance of maintaining their alliance with the Cherokee in the volatile American frontier. While in London, the Cherokee delegation, including prominent leaders such as Attacullaculla, also known as Little Carpenter, met with King George III and other British officials. This visit helped renew ties between the two nations, but it also revealed deep cultural differences that would continue to complicate their relationship in the years to come. During his earlier observations of the Cherokee in 1761, Henry Timberlake had provided valuable insights into the appearance and cultural traditions of the Cherokee people. According to Timberlake, the Cherokee were generally of medium height and had an olive complexion, a skin tone that was notably different from that of European colonists. One of the most striking features Timberlake noted was the way the Cherokee decorated their bodies with tattoos made from gunpowder, which they used to create intricate designs on their skin. These tattoos held cultural significance, marking accomplishments in war or symbolizing important events in a person's life. Timberlake also observed other aspects of Cherokee culture, including their social organization, communal living, and spiritual beliefs. Cherokee towns were often organized around large council houses, where leaders and community members would gather to discuss important matters and make decisions through consensus. The Cherokee had a matrilineal society, meaning that lineage was traced through the mother's family, and women held significant influence within their communities. Timberlake's accounts of Cherokee life also highlighted their warrior culture, which was deeply intertwined with spiritual beliefs. Warriors were respected for their bravery, but war was also seen as a polluting activity that required purification rituals to restore balance after battle. The Cherokee placed great importance on these rituals, which were overseen by spiritual leaders within the community. Despite the conflicts of the 1760s, Timberlake's diplomatic mission and his observations of Cherokee culture helped foster a brief period of peace and renewed alliance between the British and the Cherokee. However, this peace would prove fragile as the pressures of colonial expansion continued to mount. As British settlers pushed further into Cherokee lands, the tensions that had sparked earlier conflicts would eventually lead to further struggles for the Cherokee people, particularly during the American Revolution and subsequent Indian Wars. The legacy of these early interactions between the British and the Cherokee would have lasting consequences, shaping the political and cultural landscape of the southeastern United States for generations to come. Join us in the next episode of the Natives Journals as we continue to explore the rich and complex histories of indigenous cultures across the globe. Today's look at the Anglo-Cherokee War, Henry Timberlake's diplomatic mission to London, and his observations of Cherokee culture provide valuable insights into the evolving relationship between Native American tribes and European colonial powers during the 18th century. The Cherokee people, renowned for their rich cultural heritage and resilient spirit, possessed a unique and vibrant identity that set them apart from other Native American tribes in the Southeast. Their appearance was a testament to their intricate social structures and the influences they absorbed from neighboring nations. The Cherokees adorned themselves with unique hairstyles featuring decorated patches, asterisk, and stretched earlobes embellished with various adornments. These elaborate hairstyles were not merely aesthetic choices, but symbols of status, achievements, and tribal affiliations. The practice of stretching earlobes, often accompanied by intricate jewelry, signified maturity and social standing within the community. Influenced by the Shawnees and other northern nations, the Cherokee adopted customs that enhanced their cultural tapestry. Among the most striking additions were nose and ear silver jewelry, which became popular accessories among those who could afford them. Wealthier Cherokee individuals often wore a wampum collar, a traditional beaded necklace that held significant cultural and diplomatic value. Additionally, they donned silver breastplates and metal bracelets on their arms and wrists, further showcasing their status and connections within the broader network of Native American tribes. Their attire was a blend of traditional and European influences, reflecting their adaptive nature and willingness to incorporate new elements into their culture. Cherokee men and women wore cloth garments over their private parts, similar to English-style shirts, which provided both practicality and a nod to the fashions introduced by European settlers. Cloth boots and moccasins decorated with porcupine quill designs adorned their feet, merging functionality with artistic expression. These decorations were not only beautiful but also served as a means of storytelling, with each quill pattern representing different aspects of Cherokee life and mythology. In 1771, significant changes began to unfold as North Carolinians settled on Cherokee land in Tennessee. This influx of European settlers brought about heightened tensions and conflicts over land and resources. Among the most notable figures to navigate this turbulent period was Daniel Boone, an iconic American frontiersman known for his explorations and settlement efforts in Kentucky. Boone faced relentless attacks from a coalition of Shawnee, Mingo, Delaware, and some Cherokee warriors who sought to defend their territories from encroaching settlers. These clashes were not isolated incidents, but part of a broader struggle for dominance and survival in the rapidly expanding American frontier. The escalating hostilities culminated in Dunmore's War, a conflict that took place between 1773 and 1774. Named after Lord Dunmore, the royal governor of Virginia, this war was ignited by disputes over land ownership and the rights of Native American tribes in the Kentucky region. The Cherokee, already strained by internal divisions and external pressures, found themselves at the center of this conflict. The war was characterized by a series of violent encounters and strategic maneuvers, as both sides vied for control of the contested areas. One of the pivotal moments in Dunmore's War was the Battle of Point Pleasant in October 1774, where Lord Dunmore led a militia against a coalition of Shawnee and Mingo warriors. Although this battle did not directly involve the Cherokee, its outcome significantly impacted their alliances and strategies. The defeat of Dunmore's forces emboldened Native American tribes across the region, leading to further resistance against colonial expansion. For the Cherokee, the war underscored the precariousness of their position as they navigated alliances with European powers while striving to protect their ancestral lands. The aftermath of Dunmore's War saw a temporary cessation of large-scale conflicts, but the underlying tensions between Native American tribes and European settlers remained unresolved. The Cherokee, now facing increased pressure from both the British and other indigenous groups, had to continually adapt their strategies to survive. The complex web of alliances, rivalries, and negotiations defined the Cherokees' interactions with their neighbors and the colonial authorities, shaping the course of their history during this critical period. Amidst these external conflicts, the Cherokee society was also grappling with internal changes. The decline of the priestly class, as previously discussed, had left a void in their spiritual and social leadership. This fragmentation made it more challenging for the Cherokee to present a unified front in negotiations and conflicts with European powers. Nevertheless, the resilience of the Cherokee people shone through as they continued to uphold their traditions and cultural practices despite the mounting challenges. One of the most significant diplomatic efforts to mend fences and foster peace was the mission of Henry Timberlake in 1765. Timberlake, a colonial officer, undertook a journey to London with a group of former Cherokee foes in an attempt to solidify a newfound friendship between the Cherokee nation and the British Crown. This mission was pivotal in easing tensions and promoting mutual understanding, although underlying resentments and cultural differences persisted. During his observations in 1761, Timberlake provided detailed accounts of Cherokee appearance and cultural traditions. He described the Cherokee as medium-height individuals with an olive complexion, often adorned with gunpowder tattoos that held significant cultural meaning. These tattoos were not only decorative, but also served as markers of personal and communal identity, symbolizing achievements, status, and spiritual beliefs. The tattoos were intricate designs made with gunpowder, a practice that reflected the Cherokees' innovative use of available materials to enhance their cultural expressions. Timberlake also noted the Cherokees' unique hairstyles, which featured decorated patches and stretched earlobes adorned with silver jewelry. These hairstyles, adopted from the Shawnees and other northern tribes, signified social status and personal achievements within the community. Those who could afford it wore wampum collars, silver breastplates, and metal bracelets, showcasing their wealth and connections. Additionally, the Cherokees' blend of traditional and European clothing, including cloth over private parts, English-style shirts, cloth boots, and moccasins with porcupine quill decorations, highlighted their adaptive nature and willingness to incorporate new elements into their cultural fabric. The interaction between the Cherokee and European settlers was further complicated by the presence of other Native American tribes and shifting alliances. In 1771, when North Carolinians settled on Cherokee land in Tennessee, the Cherokee found themselves defending their territory against both European settlers and rival tribes like the Shawnee. This period of intense conflict was marked by strategic alliances and fierce battles, exemplified by the Cherokees' victory at the Battle of Taloa in 1755, where they successfully defeated Muskogee Creek in present-day Ball Ground, Georgia. This triumph not only asserted Cherokee dominance over crucial hunting lands, but also demonstrated their military prowess and strategic acumen. However, the persistent raids and territorial disputes between the Cherokee and Creek tribes underscored the fragile peace that existed despite formal treaties. These ongoing skirmishes were fueled by competition over resources and the ever-expanding influence of European settlers, who continually encroached upon Native American lands. The Cherokee, adept at navigating these challenges, leveraged their alliances with the British to counterbalance the growing power of the French and their native allies. The Second Tuscarora War, which began in 1758, further strained the Cherokees' relationships with both their native neighbors and the British. The war, driven by colonial encroachment and competition for land, saw the Cherokee align more closely with British forces against the Shawnee and other allied tribes. This conflict marked the beginning of a strong and sometimes troubled relationship between the Cherokee and the British, as the two parties sought to protect their mutual interests amidst the chaos of war. Throughout these tumultuous years, the Cherokee demonstrated remarkable resilience and adaptability. Their ability to adopt new customs, form strategic alliances, and maintain their cultural identity in the face of relentless pressure from both European settlers and rival tribes was a testament to their enduring strength. The Cherokees' journey through the 18th century, marked by wars, treaties, and diplomatic missions, highlights the complex interplay of power, culture, and survival that defined Native American-European relations during this era. Join us in the next episode of the Natives Journals as we continue to delve into the rich and complex histories of indigenous cultures across the globe. Today's exploration of the Cherokees' unique cultural practices, their strategic alliances with the British, and their pivotal role in conflicts like Dunmore's War and the Anglo-Cherokee War provides a deeper understanding of their resilience and adaptability in the face of overwhelming challenges. The Second Cherokee War in 1776 marked a pivotal and violent period in the Cherokees' resistance to European American encroachment. During this conflict, the Cherokee joined forces with the Shawnee, launching coordinated attacks on settlers across multiple states. These attacks were part of a broader effort by Native American tribes to resist the growing tide of European settlers pushing into their ancestral lands, particularly in the southern Appalachian region. The war occurred amid the backdrop of the American Revolutionary War, adding further complexity to the alliances and conflicts of the time. One of the most notable figures during this